Hello and welcome back to the Villainous Vampires. So there are a couple of things to do before we get started. First things first, we need to check what this army is. That army in the center is all mercenaries. Cool, we can actually start wars with that army raised. That's very good. The second thing is, apparently there is a retinue that is just as good as the Vampire Knights. So let's have a look at this here. It says that the Horse Archers are just as good as the Vampire Knights. Well, unfortunately for us, we can't have Horse Archers. So we're going to have to stick with the Vampire Knights for just now. I guess it might be in a previous version of the mod where these things were available, but like we have the Archers Gunners, we have the Heavy Cav, and we have the Undead Horde, and we have the Vampire Knights. So we're kind of stuck with the retinue we have. Now we could get some Undead Horde, and that would potentially give us a bit more bulkiness to our groups. But as long as we keep the Mercenary Company around, we should be fine. We can actually get a couple more Vampire Knights right now, but I'm not going to do that because our capital is quite a bit away from where our troops are. So I'd prefer to raise up the troops once we're a little bit more connected. Right, so what's the next thing? Next thing is Necromancy. Now apparently, I can cast Necromancy if I am just in charge of an army. That's what I have been told. Oh wait, no, here we go. We got someone undead. This option wasn't available last time, right? Am I crazy? Also, why do we have witch hunters in our realm? Yeah, sod off. Accursed Grafin Anna of Bulisgrad, your attempts at obstructing our holy charge do nothing but confirm your wickedness. Be assured the order shall not rest until your heresy has been exposed and the corruption in your realm wiped out through our Lord's blessed flames. By the glory of Sigmar, Grafin Anna of Bulisgrad. Well, I mean, really, we were not going to keep the witch hunters in our realm. That seems like a very bad thing for business. I think some of these events weren't here last time. I don't think I'm going crazy, but maybe I am. Okay, so we would need to have necromantic power, which I believe we have. And that's it. Right? And wait, do we have any necromantic power? No. Oh, we have magic power too, but no necromantic power. So I guess we need to sacrifice somebody and then we could do it. I thought we had sacrificed someone last time. Maybe I'm misremembering. But yeah, basically if we sacrifice someone, we can get some troops if we need to. Now, to become a queen, I believe in this mod you need to be an empire level title to become a queen, and the only emperor is like the control, or empress is the controller of the empire. I could be wrong. Let's check Reichland over here. Oh no, they're temporary. Yeah, see, that's an empire level title and they're an empress. Why are we only a Grafin? I guess maybe it's because of the culture of our grand county. That might be why we are only like where we're not technically a queen. But we could be an empress and that would be just as good anyway. Whichever one we get for empire level title would be fantastic. So, where should we go next? I think we should like press some claims or do some holy wars or something. That seems like the kind of thing we'd do. I don't think we need to do any of this stuff. That doesn't seem like anything we need to worry about just now. Let's do some wars, get some prisoners, and then we can actually get some land. So, who are we going to attack next? How about Mirya here? Mirya is quite a large group, actually. How strong are you? You have 2,000 men. Okay, and you have one ally, who is your brother-in-law, who has 1,000 men. Okay. We have enough to fight them, but I don't necessarily want to actually have a fight. I just want to have a win. How about you, Polotsk? You have one ally who has 1,000 men. You only have 200 men yourself, and we can declare the war. That seems reasonable. What we're going to do is we're going to walk over here, and then we're going to declare the war when we're right next to them. Or like a day away from arriving. That's kind of the general good trick. Successful crusade for Quenless. Oh, that happened again? Anyway, yes. Wait. Lady of the Lake has granted them victory. For a second there I thought the orcs had won a crusade. Warboss Boga Boga of Borsnappa Great Horde. What a name. What a name. Yeah, that is fantastic. Right. Let's head over here. And then we can start moving on to this province. I'm going to use a little bit of a sneaky tactic, but I think it's worth saving some time. Just because sieges take so long. We are now going to declare the war. There's our holy war. We're going to raise up our personal troops, because they'll only appear in that one province, and we can just bring them over. And then, yep, we arrive on the day their troops spawn, and we absolutely destroy them. Fairly easy. Okay, my Graffin has reached word that your court priestess has accused me of heresy. I implore you, damned devout vampire. Who are you? Oh, that's our court priestess. There's a count who is vampiric. I assure you that he is not a heretic. That's fine. I don't really care if he is or not, but his opinion is worth more to me than the other guys. Cool. What's this? We can cast some magic. Let's not do that. You want to go... Where are you heading? To Chernigoth. So we'll kind of head there and back, and then we'll set this army up as well. Anything else we need to worry about? Not really. Anyone else join the war? Oh, somebody just joined the war this very second. Boyar Morin of Pitosk. He has 2,000 men. Okay, and they joined the war because they were the same religion. Cool. Doesn't really matter. We already beat up her army, and we're just going to sit on the province with 2,000 men until it sieges. So, no real problems there at all, actually. Right. I'm going to speed up the game a little bit. It's going to look a little bit framey, as always, but that's fine. That's the only people in the war, right? Yeah, it's just those two. So, if he only has 2,000 men and we're already on the province, there's not really much he can do. You improve the opinion of this count. Oh, fantastic. Well, he actually already loves us, so you don't need to improve the opinion anymore. Let's find the next person for you to improve opinion of. Where is it? Realm Tree. They all love me. Oh, how about you? Purish of Wartenhof. He does not like me for some reason. Oh, it's because he converted to a different religion. I don't like that at all. I think he converted. I don't think he was ever actually in charge of that religion. Although he's very good. Like, as a character, he is very good. He's very well balanced. Who's our current heir? Our current heir is Renfrey, and he's got a lot of martial. He's got 28 martial, but not actually a lot else. This guy here has 22 diplomacy, a lot of intrigue. Doesn't have the martial, but he does have the intrigue and diplomacy. I'm deciding whether he's a better heir. I think he's almost a comparable heir. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to turn him into a vampire. I don't think we... Wait. We can't turn him into a vampire just yet? I guess we have to seduce him. Do we still have seduction? We have theology. We can't change for another year. In a year, we'll start seducing him. Oh, we should probably improve relations with him anyway. That's fine. He seems like a good candidate for conversion to a vampire because he has no heir. Well, he has no children. He already is a noble house, which means that he doesn't have to become our heir. And he is, yeah, he doesn't like us, basically. Although he's actually... He likes us a lot more in that 1 second since we were last looking. I wonder what happened. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He inherited a temple. That's one thing that happened. You know what? We also probably don't need Fritz von Carstein to be special interest, although he is in our realm, which is interesting to know. In fact, a lot of the von Carsteins are in our realm. Oh, it's because one of them was our friend, so they just went to the friend's court. That makes sense. Right, well, we'll siege down. We could go a little bit quicker, because we're not going to be any battles, so... We'll go as quick as the game will let us. It's still going to be slow, but we'll go as quick as the game's going to let us. Yeah. Raiders have arrived to loot. We'll get rid of them eventually. Yeah, what's going to be good is when we have a retinue army that is strong enough to just go and war by itself. And then we can start really speeding things up. Because right now we have to wait for Zerdan's troops to walk over for every war. But if we had an army that was large enough to actually just go and siege things by itself, we'd be laughing. Everything would be very easy to solve. We have no court priests. Oh, okay. We'll just give them something random. But yeah, if we had an army large enough to fight by itself, we could just declare war after war after war after war. Basically EU4 style. Without having to disband our army and bring it back. That's fine. Looks like we are sieging quicker than he is, which is a very, very good thing. It would be a shame if he was sieging quicker than us, and I think it would be very surprising. You'd need some amazing dice rolls. I slowed things down a bit because the game was actually starting to look like it was about to crash. At least on my end. Hopefully on your end it looked fine. But defenders are pretty much gone. We're just waiting for it to be the final couple of ticks. Some more troops were raised around us, but they're not really going to do anything right now. They're just going to kind of be raised and be there. Does she control land underneath us? No, she doesn't. How did she raise those troops? That's very impressive. Maybe there's a mercenary or company or something, a very small one. We lost the siege of Turolf before we won this siege. That is crazy. How much does siege of Turolf give? 7% to them. Okay, we're going to kill this army, we're going to kill their army, and that should give us enough war score. Why are we not leading one of the flanks? What are we doing? We're leading troops in Chernikov. In this province? Oh. Oh, okay, we'll go get rid of that. Oh, because it's our own province. Now can we lead troops? Nope. Okay, we'll put someone else in charge. How about we put Wilfred in charge? There you go, you can have that flank, Wilfred. Then we'll just attack in. It's into forest, but I think we're going to be fine. Should be easy. Yeah, it is easy. We start with a flanking bonus, so that's pretty much the sign that the fight's not going to be a challenge. 100% war score in 4-star demands. That gets us a lot of piety. And there we go. We have won the Holy War. Now, we took this land, but we don't really want it. Like, it's not in our de jure duchy that we're going to take. Is it? That is our de jure duchy. Yeah, so those are the 4 provinces we want. We're only allowed 4. I would say that these are the ones that we want to take, like, permanently, and then we go 1 over our limit. Like, we take these 4, and then we stick at 5 out of 4 here. That'd be fine. Especially given that we're not really losing that much tax, because they don't have any. So which one is not in this? So Podolsk is in this. Schumann. Oh wait, we're not getting any holding money because it's all the wrong thing. Yeah, these are all the wrong holdings. We also don't control Butchar directly. Like, these are all yeah, tribal holdings. We might want to choose a different place. How do you make a tribal holding not a tribal holding? I don't really know. Nah, forts don't really seem what I'm looking for. I have no idea. I actually build a castle. That'd be how you do it. You just build a castle on it, and then that would be the main province. Yeah, let's not do that right now, though. Let's get rid of some of this land. Yeah, it's really not good land for us. Although, there's not really a lot of good land. I guess we'll hold on to the stuff that's making money and then get rid of one of the ones that isn't. So, beverage. Oh, wait, this one we can just give away because it's underneath. Does that solve our problem? Yeah, actually we can just give away the provinces that are underneath, and that solves our problem pretty well. Yeah, it's only Tumen that's is our main problem here. Okay, cool. Right, do we have any court priestesses after that? Nope. We will get rid of our own troops. We'll walk probably over here for our next war. Let's just keep growing. So, Vetluga, you have 1,000 troops. You have no allies, but you probably are going to get someone from your religion joining in. That's fine. We'll move over. We can also lead this directly now, right? Yeah, we can lead this directly now. Cool. And we'll probably want to start walking over here. 27th, so like the 25th is when we want to pause it. There we go, 25th. We will now we will now declare the war, then raise up our own troops. So we're going to declare the war. Can we take the entire province? Oh, wait, he has more land? Oh, he has this bit of land up here as well. I never noticed that. We're just going to declare for this bit because it's it gives us a nice border that we can work from. So we're going to declare on that. We are also going to raise our personal levies, and then we're going to walk up to Vetluga. I suppose you can merge already. Actually, this army can make its own way across. There we go. Cool. That's kind of where I want things to be. Vetluga raises their troops, and we instantly arrive. There is a new person in charge of Bolisgrad, because the previous one is dead. And that means that Hogan is in charge, and he still likes us quite a lot, because he just does. Wait, granted the duchy? Oh, he inherited a county underneath the duchy. Never mind, never mind. That's still fine. Still absolutely fine. Where are you off to? Oh, I thought they were walking. They're actually just standing on the mountains. That's fine. Right. Once we merge up these armies, we'll have enough to siege and we'll have enough to beat up their army. The only question is, do we siege first, then beat up their army, or beat up their army, then siege? We'll see how many men we need to siege, and then we'll... I think we siege, then we beat up their army, just looking at the number of men we need to siege. We need quite a few men to siege this. He called in a couple of people, actually. He called in a high priest with 0 troops. And he called in these guys with 100 troops. Well, you know what? I'm not entirely worried. Like, personally, I think that's fine. Duke of Kislev inherited the Duchy of Kislev. Oh, so we have a new Duchy of Kislev. Duke of Kislev. That's where I was going with that. He kind of likes us. He's not too into us, but he's not, like, he doesn't hate us. He's, like, 50 opinion. He's not going to do anything. I think it's 60 opinion means they literally cannot join factions. So that's kind of where we want to be. Right. So we're just going to siege this down. This is actually sieging really quickly. Is this like a week holding? No, it's 3.5% every day. I guess we got a good siege event early or something. Because this seems to be going much quicker than it was going earlier. I don't know. Oh, that's not an army we need to worry about, is it? It's just the Kislev Gods Uprising. It's not our Kislev Gods Uprising, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to click away these necromancy things as usual. Oh, he went all the way around the mountains to start sieging. He might actually siege that quicker than we're going to siege, because it might still be weakened from when we conquered it. I'm not 100% sure. Nah, he's not going to get that before we get ours. That uprising is actually scary. It is legitimately scary as an uprising. I'm very happy they don't want our land. Or at least they're not going to siege our land. That's the better way of putting it. They're not coming over here, are they? Because this is all part of the same liege's land. Oh, they are coming over here. That's, Oh, I was going to say that's unfortunate, but it looks like actually another revolt got in the way of that revolt. This war isn't going quite as I thought it would. I lose more men per battle than I planned, and the siege is going on forever. Perhaps more manpower, more siege weapons is what I need. Perhaps a friend could assist me. So I can call Brother Manfred in. I can ask him for monetary help, or I can take some prestige. I'll ask him for monetary help. I like money. That seems like a good thing. Let's see what he gives us. We'll go kill his army before he sieges anything of ours. He made the mistake of leaving the mountain area, like the hills. So I don't think they have a chance. Nope. He did not give me money. Oh well. That's fine. I probably should have checked to see if he had any money before asking. Ooh. Your expertise in matters of war have increased, and there are many things you can do differently in future battles. What will you focus on? Winter Soldier is awful. Rough Terrain Master, pretty good, because we're going to be in the hills a lot. And it means that you don't need to worry about hills and forests as much. Lightfoot Leader. What are our troops aren't Lightfoot? No, they're very much not light infantry. Cav. We have quite a lot of Cav. But I think Rough Terrain Master is probably going to be where it's at. I think that's where the good stuff is. Now we're going to walk over to his last province, siege it down, and win this war as well. Cool. No problems. Right, we could cast some magic, but there's no battles going on, so no real reason to. Yeah, we'll just siege it down. There are many mysteries in the vampiric religion. It might be interesting to listen more to the ancient tales about the blood as told by the acolytes. Sure, we'll gain the piety. That's fine. I like piety. It's very good. Oh wow, we're going to have to watch out for that. A 35,000 man uprising. That is worrying that that's a thing that exists. How did that even happen? I don't know. It's in Goblin Land. I wonder whether that's a Goblin event or something. Like they just get supremely more troops at one point for some reason against them. Or because the land that they hold is not in any way Goblin Land, that they get just massive, massive armies against them. It doesn't really matter, but it's still a bit worrying. Yeah, our realm's actually looking quite nice. I think if we start expanding kind of in a concentric circle thing, like, you know, the spiral pattern, I think that would be pretty cool. I spent many nights listening to the old myths and stories of vampiric religion. The tales told of Usharan were most inspiring and contain much wisdom. So we gain piety and we get permanent learning. For 3 years we get learning. But we lose religious studies and gain religious philosophers. That gives us 1 permanent learning and some temporary learning. Still not enough to actually hit the next level of magic power, but it's getting close. And the next level was 31, so we need 3 more. It's not too bad. We'll continue getting this fort down. It's going fairly quickly. It's not really that much of an issue. I was going to switch to seduction again, but I think we're fine with theology. I don't think we need to convert the vampire down here, and I think, like, to convert this guy to a vampire, and I think that actually we're probably just going to put him under a duke eventually anyway, so it's not going to be a problem. Like, he still likes us. Well, he doesn't hate us enough to actually do anything about it, and he also doesn't have enough men to do anything about it if he wanted to, so... I mean, he could try and assassinate us, but I think we have a reasonably good spy master, don't we? Oh, we have our son. Also, why don't we have a steward? That seems like something we should have. Here you go, collect taxes in our capital. Did we get any court priests? Nope. I mean, we could just hire a court priest, can't we? Oh, yeah. There we go. We'll just hire Mr. Alberto, and he can go, I don't know, research cultural tech? I mean, he could convert, actually. He could convert. Apologies for the cut there. But, yeah, he could convert this land. Yeah, let's just send him off to convert this land. That's kind of what we were sending him to do before, and we'll just kind of move him over province to province. Eventually we'll convert everything, but... I mean, as long as we have our vassals, like, if we have our stacked vassals on provinces that are the wrong culture with the right culture, they'll eventually convert it themselves. Actually makes me wonder, is the old god guy converted Wartenhof? Nah, it's still vampiric, so... I don't know, I guess he got that random event where someone comes to his court. Please don't unsiege my land, Uprising. This is my land, not your land. And I don't really appreciate that. Right. We can press claims for random, like, provinces. Like, I don't really want to press any claims for random provinces just because there's no point. I mean, we could Holy War and we get more out of it, so... I'd prefer just to Holy War, if we could. I mean, it does mean that more people can join in. If we do claims on single provinces, we can maybe cut down larger groups, because they can't call in all of their religion around them, but... I mean, it's not really causing us too much of a problem right now. Oh, it looks like this bit fractured. These little mountain bits. I don't really want to attack into the mountains, because that's just filled with horrible, horrible memories of sieging for days, as the dwarfs eventually kill us. So, I think we're going to stick to the plains kind of area. Well, forest kind of area, the steppes over here. And that should do us fine. He will not accept our peace, but there is an army right here. We have to go through there to do it. I guess we'll just siege down this province then. I was going to say there's an army here, so we could perhaps kill it and then circle back round, but looks like that's not something we can do. We do get 7% every day here, so that's not too bad. Raiders arrived up here somewhere. Yeah, there are a lot of raiders, but as we take over the land, there'll be less and less of them, which is kind of the aim of the game here. And the less raiders we have, the less money we lose, the, you know, more taxes we get, although we don't get any taxes, but that's not the point. But yeah, the more of everything we get. Do we actually get any taxes at all? We get city tax, so yeah. We probably actually want, like, giant cities underneath us. If we could get that to work out, that might be a good idea. Maybe if we put some people who are in charge of cities in charge of duchies, that might actually give us some more cities underneath us, and maybe we could have, like, what's the term the game uses? Like, I can't remember. Patricians? Is that it? Patricians? Yeah, something like that. And they could be in charge of, like, giant merchant republics underneath us. That might actually be a really good idea. It would get us tax, and we would probably get, like, comparable troop numbers from them. I mean, we wouldn't get the same number of troops, but we'd get money, which we could then convert into, like, mercenaries and things, and that would be much, much better for us. I'll have a look at that next time we hand out some land, which should be... now. I say, hoping. There we go, now. Right, so we're going to offer peace, we're going to enforce our demands. The Holy War ended. We can create a title, we can create the Kingdom of Kislev. Now this would definitely give us the Queen title, but we don't need to create the Kingdom because we're already a King level title, and that's not a good idea to create multiple kingdoms just yet. However, if we control 3 kingdom titles, we can actually just straight convert to a new, like we can just make a new empire. But we need a lot of prestige to do that, so, and a lot of wealth, but we'll get those eventually as well. Right, let's get rid of this army before we actually move on. Can we control? Yes, we can lead ourselves, and this will mean we'll get the rough terrain bonus against this army. Your steward has offered to go through your titles. No, I'm fine, thanks. I know what I'm doing with my titles. Right, there we go. We got rid of that army. We can now disband our main body of troops. Right, so let's see how we're going to give this out. Yes, that's what I was looking for. We have a city underneath us. So we're going to create some new vassals. And then I'm going to test out my theory. So if we give this dude, we grant it. Yes, we can grant him titles. If we grant him Vetluga over here, and that would now make him a Lord Mayor. Yes, he keeps his Republic. Perfect. That's what I want to see. We're also then going to grant him the one next to it. We're going to grant him, what's this called? Calanora. There we go, we'll grant him that. You can only have 10% of counties in vassal republics. You can only have 10% of counties in vassal republics. Ah, that's a new one. Ah, well I guess maybe that's something the mod makers did to stop you doing exactly what I want to do right this very second. That's interesting. I get, right, 10% of our counties. How much do we control? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. This is either a default thing from the vanilla game or a mod thing, but okay, so divide 16 by, well, by 10 gets you like 1.6, and then you round up to 2. Yeah, okay, I see. I see how that is. Huh. I guess we would need to hold more land, but we could potentially do this in a small manner. Okay, cool. Well, I think this is a good point to end the episode. We learned a lot, and yes, we can start growing again next episode. Thank you for watching. See you then. Goodbye.